Hi, this is Ronnie, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Way Back When Wednesday. And today's photo is going to take us back to 1915. Yeah, long time ago. This is my great-grandmother and grandfather, and this is their oldest daughter, Ida. This is Clarence. This is my grandmother that I never met. She passed away when my mom was 7. And this is Chester. And yes, Chester has a dress on. Little boys did back then. Why, I don't know. But yeah, they had dresses on. And this is an old photo, and it's not in super good shape. And I copied it this way. This is that real thin stuff. I'm ordering me some 8.5 by 11 photo paper so that I can reprint some of these and do some photoshopping on them. But I didn't see any sense of photoshopping yet when I can't print it, but yeah, it's been through a lot. However, my mom had a copy of this, and there was right through here was the thing was torn, and they put Scotch tape on it, and it had turned yellow years before then. And I tried photoshopping it, and I got it all looking all fine, except I still had a yellow streak here. One of her eyes was completely missing from the tear, and I'd even cloned the other eye over, so it still worked except for the yellow streak. And I was telling my mom I'd spent days on it trying to do it. And she said, well, maybe her mom's cousin Sylvie had a copy. And we went to her in the house, and this is what she had. Like I said, it's not in very good shape. It's got marks all over it and stains on it. And looks like it cracked here and here, but it was better than what my mom's was. Anyway, on with the layout. I pulled all this stuff out, and I pulled this, and I might use it if I end up using these because it kind of has a yellow to it. But if I don't use that, I may not use it. And of course, if I use these buttons, I could still use it because they've got yellow to it. But I've got this family from here in case I don't. But we'll see what I do. Well, I don't end up doing much of what I planned to start with. But, yeah, I do end up scrapping this. I thought about using that family down there, too. Those are metal. And I didn't end up using it even. This paper that I'm putting on right now, it's kind of a peach color. And it has lots of words on it, like household and children, and nothing's a full sentence, but it's so faint, I'm just going to go ahead and use it anyway. And I liked it. I liked the color. And then the other color that was in these papers is like an aqua color. And these are Teresa Collins Now and Then papers. And they have the same quality as Cartabella, so they're thick and heavier than the other paper is, and it's not smooth. It's really pretty paper. And I am going to mount the picture up on foam tape because I plan on tucking the buttons just under the edge of it. I'm not going to use the whole strip because I may want to do this again on a different layout. And that way I can stretch my button border farther and get to use it on more layouts. This wasn't actually some I'd bought back when I thought I was going to do heritage photos, but I got it. Well, I think I said warehouse box when I mentioned it in a video a couple of weeks ago somewhere, but it was actually just a grab bag package, I guess. And there was paper in there. Like I said, I really liked the paper, but there was, well, it was a sticker sheet, and it was all for vintage photos. So you may see it on one of these layouts, but I got like 12 packages of it, and I still have 9. I gave 3 away. Anybody else want one? I think I was doing a baseball layout or football. It might have been football. I think it was football layout when I was talking about getting that Teresa Collins package. But, yeah, I put it in with this stuff when I got it because I thought I probably won't use it for anything else. When I retire, if I get around to doing these pictures, I'll have it there. And now I'm finally getting around to do these layouts. Those papers there, it was 2 sheets, but for some reason I cut on one time and another one the other time. But it's embossed. All those flowers are embossed. Oh, it's such pretty paper. And I decided I wanted to fussy cut around them, the flowers, which did take a little while because they're kind of intricate. But oh my goodness, they're so pretty. That it is definitely worth it. Um, oh, and of course I wanted a doily. Yeah, I had to pull one of them out, and I took um, that blending brush and I put old paper on there, just enough to tint it just a little bit so it wasn't completely white. And then once I put it on there, I thought I better do it on the frame. And that is a turquoise frame, and it has like a chevron like pattern on there, and it's pretty. But yeah, the two colors that I'm going to use is peach and kind of an aqua color. It's more like an aqua. And I'm not sure what I'm doing right here. I'm digging for something though. Oh, I pulled out a tag because I decided I was going to do my journaling on a tag, and I had cut them apart already, and this one just says number 11, today's story, and it was with the Teresa Collins too. So I thought I would write on there the name of the family, which is the Joiners, and then the back row and the front row so that everybody's name will be recorded. And I'm going to make a pocket in the back. And there wasn't a paper with the colors that I wanted for this. So I'm going to end up cutting the bottom of that tag. Well, not the tag, the 3x4 cut apart, the journaling part. I'm going to end up cutting the bottom of it off. And oh, here I'm marking where I want my tag at. The sides, I'm going to put the tape a little bit behind the little marks for the pencil. And the bottom, I'm going to go flush up against it so that when my card goes in, it'll be right at the right height for it, so that it'll still show in that little notch I took out with the circle punch. And I'm going to use two. I'm going to use a 1-inch and a 1.5 inch. And when you're doing things with like cutting out notches like this, it's really helpful if you mark with a pencil's all I use because it stays forever, on your punch on the back, like where the halfway mark is. And if you want to mark like a 1/4 or a 3/4, you can mark them on there too. And then that way you're going to do both the same way. I'm going to put like a little circle around this on the front, and I'm going to use a 1/2 inch, and then that way it helps me tell where I'm going to be doing it so they'll match up. And you'll see when I put that one, the other one on there, that it is going to match up. But you probably can't see the pencil marks on my punches. The metal on the back of the punches is like unfinished, so it's a little bit rough. That's why the pencil mark stays on there so well. And I always put me a mark for my hole, for my punch, for my tag, because if I don't, it's way off every single time. But if I put a mark there and then try to center the mark, I'm a whole lot closer. I may not be perfect, but I am a whole lot closer. And here I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers tag reinforcer. And I was just trying to pick out one that I wanted, the place I wanted to do my punch at. And I knew I wanted some of that aqua on there, so I punched it right there where the aqua was at. It still has some of the text on it, but you can't really hardly even tell it's text. And I'm using my cream and gold twine to go on this because, I really like that. And it's kind of vintage looking, with the cream color instead of the white. And I did have to put knots in the end of it because it has the gold on there. And try as I might not to unwind that twine and the gold get unraveled, it does it anyway. But I did put the knots in to try to keep it from it, but one end it didn't quite get caught with the rest. So it is kind of sticking out, but that's okay. I'm going to leave it that way. I am putting adhesive and foam tape on these flowers because I do want them to stick up a little bit. So some of it's stuck straight down, but like I said, some of it's going to have dimension to it. And yeah, some of these have to have really tiny pieces of foam tape. And this foam tape I just get from the Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree does not carry it, so I order it online. And rather than pay shipping and handling, I have it delivered and then I just go pick it up and it's $1 a roll. And that seems pretty good to me. But back to the picture. My great grandfather was a carpenter, and according to my mom, he built houses. Now, he never had enough money to just build a house and then live somewhere and stay there permanently. So they would move in, like if he sold a house where, like the one they were living in, because that's the one he had been working on before, they would move over into the other one, which would not be done, but they would live in it while he worked on it. And as soon as he'd get close enough to be done, he'd advertise that it was for sale, and they would end up being moving again, sometimes to one that barely had walls at all. And so, yeah, they moved a lot when she was a child because they were the ones that ended up bringing her up instead of her father. But there was one of the houses that he built left when I was grown, when my mom pointed it out to me and told me that that was a house that he had built and that she was like 10 or 11 when they lived there, but it had been added on to, is the only difference in it. The front porch was the same and the front of it was the same, but the back had been added on to. Last week, the way back when Wednesday, I did Roy and Charlene, and Roy was their son also, but he was born after Chester was, 2 or 3 years, I think. And my great grandmother was in her 40s when she had him. But yeah, I'm really, really proud that I found this picture because, like I said, I was struggling with the one that my mom had, although I had done much improvement to it. And she was glad I got it too because she had a copy that looked a whole lot better. Here I have got some pearls and they're done like in a swirl. And oh man, they are so sticky. Liz here on YouTube, Tin Lizzie, gave them to me and she gave me several packages and every one of them has been super sticky. I know nothing sometimes seems to stick when we're doing our pages, but these do. And if I try to pick it back up to move it, I'll end up pulling pearls off. So then I got to stick them back down because it's got like a little plastic strip that is really sticky too, that the pearls are sticking to. And I'm just trying to put them here and there on the page, and sometimes I don't have a choice on how the curve is on them because they're already curved being on that plastic. But I'm making do with what I got because I think it looks really pretty once I get done. There is one strip I wished I'd put that one right there, that I wished I'd put somewhere else, but I tried to pick it up a couple of times and I was pulling the pearls off and it still wasn't coming up because, like I said, it's sticky. And so I just left it. It's fine the way it is. I liked it when I put it there. It's just that over there to the left, right underneath my left hand, I would have liked to have a piece there. And that's why I was wishing I could move the other one. But yeah, this page did not go anything I had anyway at all that I had in mind before I got started on it. I happened to remember the embossed floral paper and thought, I'm going to pull it out and use it. And then, of course, it just went from there to a lot of fussy cutting. And it ended up being fancier than I planned. And when I get to see that little tag down there on the right-hand side, I'm going to use that to put their name on. Although I put them on the tags, I thought I'd do it again so anyone just glancing through the book will be able to see it. And I pulled the alphas out, and the alphas that I pulled out are October Afternoon, and I had it planned to use the bigger ones, the cursive ones, for their name, and then the tile ones for the word the, but there was no capital letters. And I looked at it trying to decide if I could make a J, Frankenstein it, and have a capital for it, but I couldn't see anything offhand, that I could use it, so I just went ahead and used the tile ones for the whole thing and for the 1915. And I wanted to make sure I put the date on this. Everything else might say circa or about or late 1940s or whatever, but this one I actually knew the date because my great aunt there is 15 in the picture. She had told me before that she's 15, and she was born in 1900, so it was easy to keep track of her age and how old something was just because of the year that she was born in. And when I was a kid, I just thought that was the neatest thing that she was born in 1900, and every time we talk about anything, we would be saying, it happened so and so time, and it'd be the same age that she was. I decided that I needed to decorate my little place for my tag up here, my notch. And so I did 2 leaves, but it looked kind of funny, so I thought 3 is always better, odd numbers. So I'm putting a 3rd leaf, and I do have a flower there. But that's it. That's all to my layout. I am actually done with my layout. And another one to go in my album for way back when. And that notch, you can also put like a since I used a 1-inch punch, I could punch the 1-inch circle and put it there to pull it in and out with, but I thought this time I would use a tag. And I am going to use a D-ring album for this. And so they will fit a whole lot better in there because of that. But see the dimension on the flowers? And a lot of it's because it was embossed. So it's really, really pretty flowers. And the company I looked at, I actually had not fussy cut it off, but it's Ashton Company. That's what it said, the Ashton Company. And of course, I'd never heard of it now, so it's something I did buy way back when. I just did not have it in there with the rest of the stuff for a while. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you liked the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And there is a drawing going on, so hunt for the video that says album share and giveaway, and put a comment and you can get in on the drawing. It is for subbies, so you have to be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment. But thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.